Oh, it lagged. Ah! Okay.
Oh
Weird. Oh, it hasn't done that in a while. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Toonkind at 12 FPS. I'm Whis. Wow. OBS, please don't fuck up on me. You've been so well behaved for so long. Ah. Hi, everybody. We're here for some soft times.
no!
Oh,
We do
God.
like a soft. We do like a soft.
We do. Um, I'm gonna just back up a little bit. Hello, my name is Whis. I'm playing Lil Rai Stagehand today, and I have a very wonderful, delightful, most beloved friend of mine with me. Please introduce yourself.
Ah, once again, you're making me blush. Hi everyone, it's Vwild here for the soft bullshit today. We do like our softs as we said, and I'm playing a certain mumkey, Lil Lin Stagehand, at your service.
Oh, we're gonna have a nice soft mum and son time. Oh
Mhm.
dear. So this is going to be taking place before. What was that game called that you did earlier?
Ah,
What was it called? Something about birds.
yeah, hey little songbird.
Oh yeah,
It's
that.
if you're going into that game, guys. Monkey succeeded, but by gods, the sketch was something.
Yeah. So this is soft time taking place before that. So that hasn't happened.
Mhm.
We don't have to worry about that. The consequences for that we will deal with another day. Um
I don't want the consequence.
so what are we doing, Be Wild? Paint me a word picture.
I think it is a normal day.
Hmm.
It's just a normal day. And every now and then there are days where Lynn nowadays, because she's not taking 10 cases a week, she's taking 3. And even then it's okay. I will allot myself 3 days so I can be with my son and my cousin and my home and my entire family, and I can fight a bear if I want to, and this is my right! I
um,
am a toon! This is my God's given right! And even if they say no, I will fight them and remove the God's kneecaps.
all work and no play makes Lynn a stressed monkey,
Yes, as we saw.
as we
But,
saw.
but she does have days where she does just go, okay, what can I do today? Wait. Network, when was the last time we took Rye out for fun times? Too damn long. Right. And she gets up from her desk, deep breath, and just goes, it's a shenanigan day. And yeah, it's Lynn, guys. It's she does nothing by halves.
I'm just
And so she
gonna
does.
I'm just gonna straight out roll an insight to see whether or not Rye can sense the disturbance in the force. Yes. Yes, he can with the 24. I think he was
Yeah.
probably at his own desk, and as soon as Lynn has decided this, networks probably the area network has probably just sort of changed slightly, and he's just sort of perked up and is looking around. Huh?
The air has warmed, and you know that soft vibration to the air of just something's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a danger mode because you know what that feels like. It's normally the air temperature plummets. No, this is nice, happy, comfortable warmth. This is a good thing. And there is just network. We're kicking in the door. Just tap 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 tap. Kick! Right! How you doing, son?
I'm gonna do him a whiz save. Wow, Rye, what happened to your whiz save for the level up? Nice. Nice.
Eh,
Okay. Yeah. So I think just for comedic effect, he does that sort of fumble take with the pen, but which is not actually as surprised as such a thing would indicate. He just sort of flings the pen, and there's this just little clatter, clatter, clatter as the pen falls to the floor, and he looks at it, and then looks back up at Lynn. Ah, hey, mom.
Hi, Rye. How's my little Rye doing today? Hmm?
Yeah, good. I was just working on this case file.
Ah. Ooh, well, it's always good when you're working on a case, sir. I did have a question for you.
Mm?
You You free to take a break today?
Oh, yeah. No, I can. This one's not super urgent or anything.
Ah, good. I like it when they're not urgent. You can actually take your time on them.
Mm-hmm.
Did Jeeves help you with this file, or is this one of your own?
Oh, no, this is one of Jeeves' files, so I have to take it really slow.
Yeah. You know what? I'm saving you. I'm kidnapping my own son, and I'm scooping you. And she does just like there is. You can tell your mum is actually in a really good mood today. In fact, I forgot to roll her die, but I'm gonna hope that it's actually a really good die day. It is.
Oh, good.
Oh God, it is. It is a really good day. She got a 3. She had really good dreams last night.
Nice. And like, even if
That
it
was-
wasn't on advantage, a 13's pretty dang good too.
Yeah, both of them are good dreams. And so she is just there. It's one of her really good sketch days. And so she's just there just going, I'm just gonna scoop you. You're being kidnapped. If anyone asks, well, if Jeeves asks, your mumkey kidnapped you. And she does just lean in and just scoop and just go, I'm saving you.
Oh, no. Oh dear, I'm being taken to a secondary location all of a sudden.
Oh no! Secondary locations! Oh, terrible things! The percentages! Anyway, goodbye, case file. And she does just walk out. And she just goes, how you feeling about the park today?
Oh,
And she's straight up carrying him.
Fair enough.
yeah, we could go to the park. Did you want to go to one of the parks here, or go to the Toontown Park, or the Framer Town Park, or a different park?
I think in town's good. In town's good. It's a good day for me. But I admit I like the town we call home. It's nice here. It's safe.
Me too.
All right, we can do that, and then afterwards, if you like, we can go to the cafe. It'll be a good day.
Ooh, yeah, that sounds fun. Haven't seen Phasmus in a while.
Yeah, that's a good ghost. Gotta do something with them at some point. We gotta go on a case together. I think. It long story. Don't worry about it. You're gonna be having a nice day instead on that one, or doing your own case. But anyway, sidetracking that. Sweetheart, we're going out! And there is a... And the door full on opens for you guys. Its network is encouraging this.
Oh dear. Rai is just gonna, as they head out the door, as Link carries him out, he's just gonna sort of hum over her shoulder. Bye, network sibling of mine. Be good.
Bye, Lil Rai brother of mine. We'll be good. Probably. Hopefully. Maybe. No promises.
At
And there
least
is
we
just
know she
Lin
can't
in
go
her-
wandering off.
She won't go wandering off. She's not that much of a little shit. You can hum a halo all you like. I know ya. I've known you this many years, sweetheart. I know you. You're in my head. I know you. And she does just like, she's got Rai on her shoulder just for comedy, and so she has just turned around as she's leaving out the door and is pointing with her other hand, just, I know you.
I love it. Rai's
Right.
just giggling along too.
Right. Don't have to say bye to Hattie. He's out with the sketches. Probably having fun with Corp. I'm not gonna lie. They're gonna get up to shenanigans at some stage. Anything you need before we leave? Cause I'm almost at the door. And she is like moonwalking.
No, I've got everything I need.
Pecking fantastic. Brooch, key, crossbow, axe in hammer space. Oh, wait, no, axe isn't in hammer space. Axe! And there is just the clatter. She holds out her hand, axe goes into her hand, and then it goes into hammer space. And she's like, okay, I got everything. Let's go!
I'm glad
And
you
she-
like that axe.
It is the best pecking axe. I haven't got to use the special feature of it yet. Eventually, I'm gonna have fun with it. I'm gonna have fun. But anyway, to the park! Kara, please
Onward!
play.
Ta-da!
Onward! Onwards, Mother Pecker! And I think we should roll survival just to see how nice Kara is in the, hey, we want to go to the park, please.
Yeah, okay. I really like all of Rice stats after his level up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Except I was going to use my clicky clacks and I'm stupid, but okay. I'm going to take the 15.
I think for comedy's sake, that's a 15 from Rai and a 12 from Lin. Lin's actively okay with getting lost today, and I think Kara probably gets that vibe.
Yeah.
But there is Rai every now and then from Lin's shoulder can go, no, it's this way.
Oh dear. Then Rara will just be very, very gentle, like let her almost take a turn or whatever, going, no, it's that way, so she has to actively turn around.
Yes.
Rather than giving any forewarning, because where's the fun in that, right?
She is just... She's giving the eye roll of, oh, you little shit, but she is absolutely smiling. She is relaxed, she is smiling, she's having a good day. There are probably a couple of people that... I think there would be one moment where it's amusing, where it's just... She's walking towards people that she knows and goes, hi! And Rai goes, it's this way. And she does a U-turn immediately. Just, bye!
Yes.
Eventually they do find their way to a nice park. Just... It's spooky, but in the safe, spooky way. It's not as though there's anything that's going to jump out and scare them. It's just... It's a nice field. Maybe a few things, seeing as there are kids and stuff in Halloween Town, so there is stuff that kids play on and such.
Yeah.
This has the good vibes, Your Honor.
Rai probably comes to this park these days to do his puppet shows rather than going all the way to Toontown.
Aww. That's adorable. Yes. But once I get there, there is just and we have arrived at our destination. I believe I should be putting something down, but I can't quite think what. I shall do a ponder here, just holding this... I don't know what it is on my shoulder. It's like holding a bag of grapes and a little bit extra.
Take your time. It's fine.
Ah, yes, I shall take... And she does, look up at Ryan, just go, I'm taking my time, thank you, that's really good encouragement. Was it a packed lunch? Oh, I remember! And as she's putting him down, yeah, he's getting a little tickle as she's doing it, just, there he is, there's the munchkin.
Oh, a tickle, is it? I'm doing a con
Yeah.
save. I don't need your dice pass up. Muscle memory, oh dear. Okay, that's fine. What's your yeah. Okay, it's a 15. It's a 15. He's just sort of wriggling to keep her hands away from his extra tickly spots. Stop.
I stop. I know when to call it quits. I am a very smart mumkey.
It wouldn't be very smart to declare war, would it, Mom?
No, of course not. Unless I was sure I'd win.
Ah.
Rai's just sort of looking at her, and it's like a I dare you kind of look.
She's giving a sort of knife cat expression back. It's very much she's got her head slightly in the air and she's giving him the side eye out of the corner of her eye, just I totally could.
But on the same time, Lynn probably realizes that Rai knows her tickly spots too.
Yes, that is honestly a fair point. So she does concede. She does concede.
So what are we gonna do?
Let's see. There's a lot of things we can do at a park, I admit. Haven't been to one like this in a while. It's good weather today as well. Should have brought a damn kite. But then again, with the amount of were ravens, that probably wouldn't have survived. Heh.
Yeah, maybe not. The last time I was out to play, I had a race. That was fun.
Oh. Oh, race. Who was that with? Was that with Fee? Ava?
No, I didn't get all the way to the compound. I made a new friend.
Oh! Oh, new friend! Oh, my pagan son is making so many friends. All right, tell me everything. And she's just like, full on, just like, she's ever so slightly crouched in the, not in a way that's patronizing, but in a way of just, tell me everything right now.
Well, their name is Mac. They're big and red and a snake, and I turned them into a wolf for a little bit, and I taught them how to walk.
Oh. Huh. That's interesting. Wait,
Yeah.
wait, you turned him into a wolf? How did that? I didn't know you could do that.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Look, and he's gonna roll a hammer space.
Hold on, I need my fumble chart.
Oh god, fumble chart, fumble chart, fumble chart.
Good thing this wasn't for anything important. Okay.
This is why Lynn keeps the absolute necessities the majority of the time on her person instead of in her hammer space.
7.
The only reason her axe goes in her hammer space nowadays is because of her beast barbarian stuff. It's just, aha, you're unarmed. Why has that one got a rose thorn tail?
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so he reaches into his coat and he pulls out. I don't know if Lynn remembers the first time that Rai met Hugh and March, when March autographed this plastic lunchbox that he had.
She remembers so much. That was a great day, and she holds it so soft. And she does just remember him just holding it up in front of his face, just going, "Will you sign this?"
And he pulls out that lunchbox and then he sort of turns it over, and then opens it up and looks inside. And
Okay, my spell book is not in there. That's, well, the engineer's signature is still in there. That's good.
he closes the lid and puts it back. Let's see what happens.
Lynn, with a
Out of the
29 on deception, she's totally hidden the little giggle she had at that. It's just, there is that, you know that start of a laugh where it's that little snort? She's turned that into a cough, just allergies.
Yeah, fair enough. That one was a 4, so it's not high enough. Fumble chain. What are you? You're 16. Okay. So he reaches into the he reaches into the other side of his coat and pulls out his woodworking hammer.
Oh, is that where that went? Gosh, I think I need to do a clean out of this coat. Okay, hold on. I'm sure it's... No, did I leave it at home? Dang it.
That's another 4. 18. Okay. He pulls out I think he's just putting things on the ground now. That's a box of crayons.
Oh, gosh.
Hey, that's an 8. Okay.
Lynn is just like, at that point, she's trying so hard. Her fur is fluffing in the pom-pom way, and she's going, take your time, you're just fumbling. It happens to everyone at one point or another.
So he pulls out his spell book, the little black book with the green leaf on the front, and then he just sort of slowly picks up the other things and puts them back in his coat. And then he's excitedly flipping through the pages, and he turns it around and shows her.
I got this new spell. See, it's called polymorph.
Oh, yeah, I know that. I know that one distantly. A friend of mine, or acquaintance slash friend to be. If I can harass him enough, we're gonna harass him more. Fu has that one. You can turn into a moorbounder. But yeah, this is
I don't know what a
big thing.
moorbounder is. But yeah, you can turn somebody else into an animal. So that was really cool. But so I got to turn Mac into a wolf so they could try having legs because they never had legs. And then I used my wild shape and I turned into a snake like them. And I was not any better at moving as a snake than they were at moving with legs because they were not used to moving with legs and I was not used to moving without legs.
A real conundrum. Did you throw a hissy fit?
No, I kept my temper actually.
Oh, very good, very good. And were they barking mad or did they keep their cool?
I think they were too freaked out to to try barking. They were just trying to stand up.
Oh, bless their cotton picking socks. Or, well, I don't think a snake has cotton socks, but we'll bless them anyway.
You could put one on the end of the tail.
Indeed, indeed. A snake stocking.
Mm.
A snocking.
I told them that they could come over and watch movies with us because they haven't seen Snakes on a Train.
Ah, very good, very good. Mac. I've heard that name before, haven't I? Seen it in the newspaper, but, Hattie mentioned one? Hattie mentioned a Mac.
Oh, yeah, Mac did say that they knew Uncle Hattie.
Oh, good, same person. I need to introduce myself to them at some stage. That's going to be fun.
Yep. He said that Uncle Hattie, was going to stab him, but then bought him cake.
Yeah, honestly, that tracks with what I know of the situation. Resolved itself pretty damn well, and hey, who doesn't like cake? Well, I'm more partial to pie myself. Who doesn't love pie?
I do like pie. We haven't made a pie in a while. We should do that.
Indeed, we should. We should make the most grand of pies.
That's
but
fun.
this-
We could do that when we get home.
Indeed. This spell is fascinating. I mean, shifting stuff, normally, and she is like looking over the spell book. She's kind of giving the checking with Rai to make sure it's okay, because she knows how, not intimate, but how important a spell book is to someone. She's not going to just go snooping without permission.
Oh, he's still holding the book so that she can see the page, so it's not hard.
So it requires a save. That is a fascinating spell. And a lot of species you can turn beings into. Wolf was a good one. Did you take inspiration from Ava on that one?
Well, I mean, there's that, but, I think, Max said that, one of his parents is a wolf, I think. He said something about a wolf, and I think that's why we went for that. I can't remember.
It's alright. Huh. More you know. I'll tuck that information away for another day, but yeah.
If you ever feel like you need to try and be something other animal, could turn you into a tortoise so you match your tort.
Oh gods, that'd be wild. He'd try and play bowling with me, tortoise bowling.
That was fun, though.
Honestly, it looked it. I'm not gonna lie. You both seem to be having an absolute blast.
No, it was good fun.
Yeah.
He'd be too big to bowl. I'd need to get bigger before I could bowl him.
God's bless. You like your Uncle Tort, right? Right? Good.
It's good fun. I like all the stagehands I've met so far. There's just so many.
Oh, there are so many. There are so many of us. It's great. I love it. I've got a running inventory of everyone in the family just because of... Basically, I had to. Your uncle sat me down when I was 9 at the table. It was great. I had hot cocoa, and he basically told me so much stuff. I have the entire family tree memorized. It's a lot. We have so much. It's not a tree. It's not a tree. It's a forest. Mushrooms. Mushrooms are a good analogy for us. We just keep popping up.
Yeah.
And she does just make a gesture with her hands like, pop.
Yeah, and you least expect us.
Especially by the bins. We do like popping up by the bins.
Bins?
The bins! It's... Honestly, the majority of us are adopted from the bins. It's where old Port, I think, was adopted from in the first place on his generation.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
I mean, I suppose
Yeah.
that makes sense. I mean, I got a lot of food out of bins.
Mm-hmm. It's a useful place if you know how to do it.
Oh.
But thankfully, you don't have to have bin food anymore. You can have food from in the kitchen on the plate,
Mm.
or from the cookie cabinet, the little
Hey,
cookie jar, the
I've
little
been
cookie jar.
good. I have been well behaved, Mom. I have not stolen a cookie in like 12 hours.
Oh, 12 hours, you say? and she's got her hands on her hips in the, oh, you don't say, I've caught you.
I'm gonna roll him a deception.
I'm gonna roll an insight. That's a 17 on the dice, motherpecker.
Yeah,
Mumkey
see,
feet.
thing is,
Oh.
there's a 17 on the dice over here too, but Lynn's modifier is significantly better.
Mhm. I like to think there's just like that cartoonish halo around right, and there is just the eyebrow raise of, you know, the mum look of, I know what you're doing.
Yep. He's not gonna back down though. He's like, this is my story and I'm sticking to it.
Good man. But do you have an alibi?
Hold on, I didn't think of that. Wait.
Take your time, take your time.
Nettle can vouch for me.
Ah, Nettle, yes. The most reliable of sources on things, completely unbiased.
Yeah.
Your story is solid.
Yeah.
The mystery of how the cookie jar just keeps getting depleted shall never be solved. It shall be one of my greatest cold cases. And she's just like, she's put a hand to her forehead and is just in the dramatic, oh, woe is me, the detective with the cold case.
Maybe it'd be warmer if you didn't put the cookie jar on top of the fridge.
Indeed, perhaps. Wait, how did you know I moved it on top of the fridge?
I'm only a detective from the Stagehand Requiem. Like, gosh.
Oh, of course I do apologize, Junior Detective. How could I have been so foolish to underestimate your station? And she's doing the cartoon, like, she's full on just gone from dramatic hand on forehead to dramatic bow, just, I apologize profusely.
Rai is just beside himself giggling. Like, he's covering his face with both hands and he's just, like, beside himself.
And she's looking up from where she's bowed low, and there is just the smile on her face. She knows what she's done. This is the good day. This is the good day.
Oh dear.
Hick.
We could have a race if you wanted, but I mean, I know that you're faster than me.
I am decently fast nowadays. I mean, with the spells I have, I can go pecking fast, right? I've got what's the bitch called? Wait, don't repeat that word. Not yet. Long strider. Long strider. It's a pecking useful spell. It makes me go even faster.
Even faster than your expeditious retreat.
Yep.
Damn, that's
I
quick.
can go even faster, right? I can go about 150 feet real quick.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's really fast. Huh.
I know. It's great. I love it.
Wow. I definitely can't go anywhere near that quick. Even when I've got even when I do that, I'm not that fast.
And he sort of
Even when
stops and looks away and he just sort of taps his pointer fingers together.
I'm gonna roll insight, because Lynn, you know your boy.
Yeah, fair enough. So he's just followed a train of thought, and now he's just a little bit awkward. Like there was something that he was gonna say, and then he sort of changed his mind partway through saying it. And he's not like trying to be deceiving or anything, but he's just sort of trying to play it cool, you know.
I think Lynn normally is a very deceptive person, but she likes getting to the point sometimes. So it's a very soft voice and a soft expression. It's an understanding one, and she just goes, "Even when you turn into a little pup."
He kind of does a one of those little, the anime kind of shutter take things, and he just sort of fiddles with his fingers. Yeah.
Yeah, You wanna sit down with me for a sec, Rai? Not in trouble. Just let's have a little sit for a sec.
Okay. And he's
And-
still fiddling with his fingers, like a lot. Like he hasn't actually done this nervous tick for a little while.
And as she sits down, it is Rai. You can roll insight if you like.
Okie dokie. I can do that. Do. 11 on the dice. 16.
16, yeah. It's for one thing, your mum's not wearing her hat. This isn't a detective day, so she is more open than sometimes. But Rai, your mum looks calm. Incredibly open on this sort of thing. She's not giving any hidden tells. Her tail is flowing free. It's just her tail is up in the air and happy. It's all the signs that you normally get for your mum is nervous, your mum is panicking. Even when she tries to hide it, there's none of that right now. It's her fray is also doing good at the moment. It hasn't changed. And she does just sit down. It is a nice sit. You know, she's wearing a skirt. It's the sensible sit.
Yes, I think I know the one. Raj's just gonna plop down next to her, and he's not looking at her just at this point.
But she does fold her hands in her lap. It's left over right, but she just go. I've not seen you use that form since, well, the first time I saw it.
Yeah, you know you don't like it, so I've not really used it.
I never said I didn't like it, Rai.
It was a tricky trauma thing.
Yeah. Do you know why I was... I think the best word is scared, but not scared of the form. Do you understand why I had the reaction I did?
Yeah, we did talk about it, I guess, but...
I was scared for you. I was scared that something had done what they did to me, to you. However, how to put this best? You've seen me interact with Aba, right?
Yeah.
And Aba turns into a wolf as well, right?
Yeah.
And you can shift into a wolf, but it's now I know it's a thing that it's not been done to you? That it's your own free will? I'm working on it in therapy, but you're not that being. You are nothing like that being, right? I want you to know that. I am not scared of you. I will never be scared of you. Scared for you, perhaps. Well, all of the time, but I'm working on that. But I love you, okay? Every form of you.
I just didn't want to make you uncomfortable if I can avoid it, so...
I know, I've honestly been wanting to have this conversation for a while, I just didn't know how to bring it up, but... We're okay. You are okay. Your forms, every last one of your forms, from your little snake that you told me about just now, to the monkey, which I treasure, to the wolf pup. It's you, Rai. You in every form, in every way. I love you. And it made me scared before, but it's gonna be okay. Alright?
He just sort of
she has
leans into her side a bit. He's crying a little.
She has brought her hand up, just like to his face. She's gonna brush away the tear. Come here, come here. Look, you're getting a monkey hug. You're getting a mom hug. I'm here. You're okay. I love you so much, my little Rai. In every way, in every shape, in every form. From the bottom to the top of my heart, I love you. I love you. And she's giving me a kiss on the forehead.
No. So if I wanted to be in my wolf form, it wouldn't make you uncomfortable?
No, it's... I didn't know it was going to happen before. It was... Because I didn't know, I thought someone had done something to you, but now I know. And I've talked to Aber about it, I've talked to Katrina, I might have gone and binged a couple of books at the library. A lot of books. I tried to understand wildshape. There are many forms of wildshape. There are so many forms. People can turn into dolphins.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah,
Fee's
it's you.
Really good at it.
He's picking fantastic, and you are gonna be that good one day. Fee's been doing this their whole life with the were-raven stuff. You're gonna get your own skills, and if you want to turn into a wolf, you turn into that wolf, okay? Any and every form that you think of that you want to use, you use. Okay? This is your mum saying it's okay. And if anyone says otherwise, point them at me. I'll deal with them.
I'm gonna roll Rai's strength. Let's see. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, you are getting an unnatural 1 strength hug from your teenage son. It's weak, it's shaky, but it's definitely there. He's definitely hugging you.
Bless her noodle-armed son. And I'm gonna roll performance instead of strength so that she doesn't crush her son. She's giving a hug. She got a nat 20. Thank you, Lynn. She's actively not crushing. You know the nice hug. You know the hug that you get wrapped in and you know immediately you are safe and you are loved and you are cherished.
That's one of his favourite hugs.
Yeah, there is the distinct smell of pumpkin spice to it as well. It's just that smell lingers even when she's not using her magic nowadays. It's become a core part of her. But she's just giving you that hug, just going, I love you. You're okay. You are amazing. You are my pickin' fantastic son, and I love you.
I love you too.
That's my boy. That's my boy. Now, if you want, it's honestly a good day. And she's just like pulling back slightly, she's rubbing the tears away, and she's just looking him very much in the face, just really patiently, really gentle, just going, if you want, I think a little wolf pup would be pickin' fantastic to race. What do you say?
And he's gonna stop and rub at his eye and rub at his cheeks. 'Cause, you know, when you've cried, your cheeks always feel funny afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
You sort of give his cheeks a bit of a rub, and then as long as you don't use long strider and expeditious retreat, that seems a bit unfair.
What? Would I use that? Oh no, I would never. That would be like cheating, like a cheater. And I am a monkey. I am a bona fide. Well, technically on my identity sheets, I'm a whatever, but I'm also a monkey.
You
But
also
no!
hate losing.
Fair point. Even if I gave a head start, because you're tiny. You're my tiny little twiggy boy. Look at you. You got your little stick legs. And she's just where your knee would be. She's just giving that a little squeeze.
Rai sort of does kick his legs a little bit.
That's why I don't run really fast like this. I'm much
Mhm.
faster with 4 legs than I am with 2.
Oh, well, now I gotta see. Especially as I sometimes run on all fours, so we'll have to see who's faster like that.
Oh,
Come on, my boy.
that could be fun.
Show me what you got.
Okay.
And he's gonna back up from her a little and sink into her shadow, and then pop back out as his little wolf puppy form. Where's the picture? I've got it somewhere. I know we don't need it because we've seen it, but I want it. There it is.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, there is Rai. You're looking at your mum, and there's no change in her expression. There's no slow morph into horror or terror or anything. There's just she looks you over. There is a deep breath, and she smiles. There you are.
There is one thing I will point out that Lin would notice as she's looking, like actually getting a good look at Rai's little puppy form. That he's got the little red nose, just like the lining of his coat, and his left eye is bluish grey, but his right eye, he has a right eye, it's the same colour as the darkest grey of his fur. So they're different colours.
Huh. Heterochromia. Huh. And she's just kind of full on rocking her body to look at one eye and then the other.
So
How's about?
tilts his head to the side as she's doing that.
Means you got different coloured eyes, my boy. And just let me try something, would you? Nod if you're okay.
Okay.
And she very carefully, it is a careful gesture. Whether it's for her benefit or for his, you're not quite sure, but she does reach out with her left hand and just ever so slowly rest it on his head.
Roll a perception really quick.
Wow, okay, that is a 17 plus 8.
Oh dear.
She is high key focusing on this moment.
It probably takes a second or two. Like, he does sort of go very stiff to try and be as inoffensive as possible when she puts her hand on his head. But then after a second or two, she can see his tail start to wag a little bit. Just ever so slightly.
There's my little boy. Oh, and this fur is fluffy. This is soft. How have you done? And she's just like, she's now started to just like ruffle the top of his head. Just, you know, the good scritchies.
Mm-hmm.
She's starting to give the good scritchies because, yeah, his eyes aren't red. He hasn't got teeth. The red that she got before, which is now just, no, that's a red nose. That is not an eye. And so she's just full on just diving into this is my cute doggo. This is my son.
Oh, tail's wagging more. Wag, 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 wag.
Look at him. Look at my son. He is the best boy. He's a very good boy. Look at you.
I'm still really small, though.
You're height size. It's adorable. I could pick you up. I want to scoop. I want to scoop you. I want to scoop you so bad.
You could pick me up anyway.
All right, I'm picking my son up. I'm picking the little pooch up. This is my little boy. This is my little boy. And she's now just picking you up. It's just you are getting scooped into her lap. She's gonna give you belly rubs.
What's your con? You actually have a modifier to con in this form. I find that
This form is the ultimate try.
Okay, so that's only an 11 total. Oh. So she's rubbing his belly, and he's kind of like, his tail is wagging, but he's also sort of wiggling. Stop!
Oh, what's that? I think there's something in the air. Something is talking to me, but I don't know what it is. What is it, spirits? Right now, I just got this doggo. I got the bestest doggo in the world. And yes, I will say that. There are many dogs in the world, but this one is my son, and I love him. I love him, Your Honor.
Oh, it's not spirits. I mean, there are spirits, but they're not talking to you. Not right now.
Fair point. And she's laughing so hard herself that she's just like curled around you. This is the good hug.
And he's giggling and kind of wiggling a little, not to the point of getting out of the hug, but just wiggling. And then I'm not gonna make you roll perception again. You can feel something on your cheek. It's feels like a little tongue, a little lick.
Oh, I've been licked. I'm hit. I'm down.
He's got this little dusty pink tongue that's just sort of poking out of where a mouth probably should be, and he just goes,
I've got a tongue. See?
Yeah, I do see you got a tongue. It is a precious little tongue. How the peck is that coming out? You know what, Toon physics. And she's just...
He does.
Oh, sorry, you go.
He's like, well, I mean,
he just pull his tongue back in, and then it just it's just a mouth sort of appears, almost like not quite Muppet Born style, like but close, like maybe Pac-Man. And there's no teeth. There's just a little pink tongue, and then he just closes it again, and it seems to be gone again.
This is cool and heckin' strange. I am totally writing notes on this later on. You cannot stop me. I have my little file called My Bestest Boy, and you are going to have more notes in it. So many notes. This is my son.
It's weird. I've got 2 eyes and a neck and a tongue and a mouth, and I haven't had any of those things before I could do this.
You've got 2 perfect eyes, a very nice neck. Look at it, it's fluffy. And you've got the best little tongue. It's good for licking.
Lick.
Ah! My son, I am licked a second time. I should probably dodge, but I don't know how because I've got an arm full of baby boy. This doesn't come out of my fur, right? My fur is hydrophobic. It's gonna take me dunking, I tell you.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
But you see, with the tongue, you gotta lick something. But you see, and she's just like half scooting him off her lap, and she's looking him dead in the eye and goes, to lick something, you gotta catch it. Deposits the boy on the grass. Noom!
Splendid.
It's literally there's her with her finger in the air, just going, "You gotta catch me!" And then there's Noom, and there is the dust cloud where she was.
Amazing. What's Lynn's base speed these days? It's 40?
40 feet. Yeah.
40?
Yeah.
I love that because so does a wolf have 40 feet. So she neumes and then she can hear this. He's keeping pace.
There is the most happy simian chatter. There is the Growlix, the rainbow Growlix he knows so well, just popping around her. She goes, "Oh, this is peckin' fantastic! Look at you go! Look at you go! Oh, we are gonna have fun like this, my boy."
I mean, I can't use any of my spells like this, but I can run. I can run.
You can run! Look at you with that little patter, patter, patter! And she's running on all fours. She's running on all fours. She totally, because monkeys can do nice little bounce, what she does is she just literally leaps over him to the other side and then leaps back, and she is beaming with pride.
I'm going to roll him a dex. He's going to try and copy her. This is not going to go well for him, but it could go really well. Let's see. Yeah, not so much. I'm going to say...
Oh, bowl into her. Bowl into her.
So it's a 9. And so he tries to do a little jump, like he'll perk up as a little jump, and then a little bigger, and then try and do a sideways jump because he's like, okay, I can get some air. That's okay. I can work with that. Poof.
I'm hit! I'm down! And she's just gonna roll with him. He's gone into her side. She has scooped. And it's a very careful roll. It's one that he's not gonna get crushed in, but she's rolling to the side of, oh no, a high-speed collision!
Are you okay?
I'm down! Oh no, the tragedy! Yes, I'm absolutely fine. You are picking fantastic!
I still can't jump very well. Maybe if I turned into a frog or something, I'd jump better.
I admit, I've got certain skills that accommodate me jumping really well. Remember what I did with Fee that one time?
Oh yeah.
I can go higher. I remember this. Your mum is a high jumper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That was a big jump. Really.
It was a freaking fantastic jump. I loved it. It was so much fun. I'm gonna do that again at some stage. I'm gonna spook. I'm gonna spook the people of this town. It's great. I love it. We're getting spookier. It's great.
I'm glad that you're comfy here. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
I love it too. We're home.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, what else shall we do in this town we love? What do you normally do with a papa? What do you normally do with a doggo? With a little wonderful doggo? And
No, I've never had a dog.
Right? You can roll perception if you like, at advantage because you are doggo.
Okay, I think okay, cool.
This is kind of either whiz save or perception because there is something she is pulling out of her hammer space which is round.
Okay. Splendid. He gets to keep all of his mental stats when he's in wild shape, so that's fine. And your perception is not as good as Hattie's, but it's still pretty good. 17 plus 5. 5? Yes. 22.
Right? It's probably your little canine puppy senses, but as Lynn's talking, she's gone into hammer space. And you can see out of her pocket, like you zoom in on this. This is a red, shiny ball.
He's doing little hops, like dogs sort of have that weird front paws, then back paws jump when they jump, and he's just doing little ones, and his tail is wagging.
Oh,
Wag, wag, wag,
oh.
wag, wag, wag.
Oh, what have you seen? What have you seen? Oh, this! You've seen this, have you? You want the ball?
I know you can throw it real far. I bet I can catch
You
it
want
before
the
it
ball?
hits the ground.
All right. We're doing this 3 times. All right, ready? Go long! And she, yay!
Noom. What am I
Perhaps
gonna roll to catch a
roll
ball?
like performance or something to see if you can catch it before it hits the ground.
Okay. What's performance based on?
Let's see if I can figure it out from. It's a +8 on my sheet, so it might be charisma.
Okay.
Could be charisma. Hang on, let me check. Yeah, it's a charisma.
Okay, performance is charisma. Cool. That's a mental stat, so that means he gets to keep his normal modifier, which is good because a wolf has a -2 in that department.
What can I do? They're really easy to trick. Oh.
It didn't.
Oh, what did he get? What did the boy get? Okay, I know how to play this. You know when dogs they go for the ball and they trip up and they roll and then they can't seem to twig that the ball's behind them. Why is it like their little puppy brains just can't twig that? Where's the ball? Where's the ball?
Yeah, he's lost sight of it, and because it was a nat 1, maybe he's lost sight of it. He's trying to find it, and then it just boom into the back of his head.
Lil Lin is full on cackling. You can hear your delighted mum just a bit behind you.
Oh, dear. He's just looking at this ball. He's just bewildered. What the? Rude. And she's gonna pick it up and trot back to Lin, and he's kind of in a bit of a pout at the same time.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll something real quick because this is adorable. Let's roll a sleight of hand to see whether she can do this sufficiently. Yeah, Lin has a camera. Lin has a camera. It's just she's totally taking it out. Just quick picture of just gods. That is adorable. Just trying to keep her hands steady so that she can do it because she's laughing so hard. Just one good picture, and then it's away in her coat. Just she's gonna take more pictures. These are going in a scrapbook.
Oh, in the little boy file.
It's in her little boy file. It's in her scrapbook. This is her son. She's got a nice scrapbook of family interactions. There are stuff of like with the little ambulata form of network, and with Rai, as it's basically a mum's book. She's got some really happy pictures. They're gonna enjoy this in the future. But yeah, no, she's on her knees laughing.
Oh, stop!
I'm sorry. You just
Oh, you're buff.
Yo, he's just gonna sort of. I'm gonna roll him a dex. Where's your wolf stats? There's your dex. It's +2.
If you're pouncing, roll with advantage. Just because there are tears in her eyes. She is laughing so much.
Okay, well, I'm definitely gonna need that advantage because that was a 3 on the die, and that's a 5 on the die. That's
You're
not
just
great.
a little pup.
He's
You're just a little papa.
He's just a little puppy, and I've got the wrong window selected again. That's only a 7. So he's sort of trying to pounce, but he's also trying to like throw the ball at her out of his mouth at the same time. But like that's a really awkward movement for a dog because you kind of have to lean your head back and then like flick it forward, and he's trying to pounce at the same time. He hasn't spent an awful lot of time in this form. He doesn't really know what he's doing, and he's not very good at the fine details skills. He can run. He can try and teach Mac how to walk, but by God, can he not fetch or bounce very well?
And she is just that ball is just she catches the ball, but she is just going, oh, you're trying to pounce, eh? You're trying to pounce, and she's just the simian equivalent of trying to do the play stuff back. Of just she's on her back legs at some points, just hands on the edges, like, oh, we're going for this, we're going for this.
Ah! Dang it, I don't have thumbs.
He's just gonna try and headbutt her in the chest. Except he has to actually rear, like if she's standing upright, he actually has to rear up in order to do that. He's so small.
She rears up for a moment and then she comes back down and she is on all fours again. It's the wonderful thing about being a simian like she is, she can go on all fours and it actually look anatomically right.
Mm.
She's designed for both.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll Raya's strength. And this is gonna be funny no matter which way it goes. Okay, so he is attempting to headbutt her. And he has done a 12. Which is a lot better than it would have been otherwise.
I'm gonna roll performance. I'm gonna roll performance for her. Oh, that is an 18 on the dice, so that's like... Yeah, no, that is like a 26. You know the thing that lions do?
Mm-hmm.
When their little one bites them and it's, you've killed me! It's straight up. It's just, he does that and she staggers, just, the blow! Oh! Blow. Just, I am undone! Such strength! Such power!
Do I want Rye to be a little shit?
Do it. Do it. Do it, be a little shit. You're allowed to.
Okay. Hold on. Let me see if there's a stat block. One sec. What are your stats? Oh dear. Those are appalling stats. That's not fun. Okay. I'm gonna do it anyway because that's funny. Alright. So she's making a big deal about, you headbutted me, I am undone, I'm slain. And there's just this
can't throw the word forsooth in. It's literally just forsooth and forsaken. She is throwing in every big word she can think of.
Going full Shakespearean.
She's a stagehand. She knows how to be dramatic. She's watched this kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
She's watched Snakespeare.
Now I'm gonna roll another dex with the wolf stats, and then
Mm.
we'll see what happens after that. And because I'm just gonna give him advantage because I can.
Yeah, you have advantage. Do you want a bardic inspiration die?
Yes, please.
Alright. Hold on. Your mum, just as she's doing stuff, you can actually feel like this soft warmth to you. The inside of her mouth is glowing slightly orange.
Oh, cool. Is Lynn giving a 6 or an 8 these days?
It's a D6 at the moment.
Okay. D6. Doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle. Okay.
One day she'll get that D8. She's still deciding on what kind of bard she wants to be.
Oh, fair enough. Alright, so we got that, plus that, plus that. 19 as a total. That we can deal with. So there's this kind of playful growl, but it doesn't sound like a wolf growling. It absolutely sounds like Rai is just going, grr, kind of thing. And then he, actually, you want to roll a perception?
Yeah. That is that's not her best perception, honestly, but I think it's still decent because she's got a good modifier. So that is a 17. Okay. Yeah, damn. Okay. I say, damn, Lynn, you're not rolling well on this one. It's a 9 + 8.
Yeah. So she can sort of see him give this little fake growl and then sink straight back into a shadow. And then as he pops back out, there's a very familiar monkey form with the momentum from a pounce out of that wolf form. And with that 19, he's clinging to her head and he is not letting go.
Ah! I'm blind! I'm blind! And she's switching to simian. She's switching to simian Grawlix at that point. Just I'm blind, and there is a chatter. It's probably if people were going past, it would just be the simian chatter, and then someone seeing like the subtitles.
Oh, dear, oh dear. You know, he's just holding on as tight as he can.
Ah, my son! I'm blinded! I'm blinded by my own son! Oh, vile cruelties! Vile simian cruelties!
You're not blind.
I'm blind!
You'll just have to get used to it like Uncle Hattie will get you a cane. And I'm just stay here for the rest of my life.
Oh, you're here for the rest of your life. Oh no, oh vile tragedies. Or it might be nighttime. It might be nighttime. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, the sky is, in fact, everything is dark right now. Obviously, it is time for bed, and she's gonna roll over.
I'm gonna do him another con, which is a physical stat for that. Okay, that's a 15. So he does make a little sort of noise, but he's still holding on.
Ah! It is nighttime. It is nighttime. Oh, I'm asleep. Good night, my little Rai.
Get your head off me.
He's just gonna start pulling at her ears.
I can't get off you. You see, you are my very comfy monkey pillow.
No.
It is your duty now. It is your duty. You are my eye mask. I mean, seriously, it is dark. It is nighttime. It is time for sleeping, my little Rai.
No.
Oh, yes. I mean, see, look. The sky is dark. The sky is so dark.
We live in Halloween Town. It's always like that.
But look. See upon it. See, it's just all black fur sky.
I got some great bits.
And I'm gonna roll. I suppose to tickle her, it'd be a dex.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Rai, you're letting me down. You're letting the team down, Rai.
It's another nat one.
You know what? I think he tries, and there is near twitch, and she just goes, "Oh, we're playing like that, are we?" And she full on just you are getting scooped, and hey, Rai, you are a tiny monkey,
Yeah.
and this is your mum. It's just you get the sense, you know that one meme of the risk was calculated, but boy am I bad at maths.
Oh yeah. That's definitely right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll to scoop that's athletics to do like a little grapple. Yeah, that's a 17 on the dice.
Yeah.
So it is just you are so sure you've got the perfect grip. This is amazing. This is incredible. You've got the why are you in your mum's arms?
I'm in danger.
And could Rai roll perception? Just because let's see how much of like Lin's traits he's seeing in this moment.
Okay, we can do that. I believe your perception is a +5. Yes, which makes that a 19. Nope, that way. 19.
Yeah. Rai, you can see the absolute delight on your mum's face. This is mum in shenanigan mode, and as she grins, there is that orange flicker in her mouth. She does look a little. You're not quite sure, but it does look a little bit like the jack-o'-lanterns you see around. Not enough fully, but it is reminiscent. And she just goes, "You're in danger," and she absolutely starts tickling.
I'm gonna do him a con. That's good. Yep, his normal con is the same as his monkey form, which makes that a total of 2.
No heart emoji.
Yeah, basically.
She knows you. She also knows monkey.
Mm-hmm. He
So, yeah.
is unable to retaliate.
And she's just giving the most happy simian noises at this front. It is just simian Grawlix at this point. Just, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Nothing, because you are my ticklish little monkey. You are my little boy. You are my little son, and I love you, and you are full of shenanigans and tickles now. Look at you. You're ticklish.
Stop, I can't breathe.
Do you submit? Do you want mercy? Do you want mercy?
You win.
We declared it! I win! The ultimate monkey! And she's just like, cradling him in one arm, and her other hand is just like up in the dramatic "I win" pose.
And he's just slowly catching his breath. Oh dear.
And she does dip her head down, and she just gives him a little forehead kiss, and then she just starts grooming him. It's reflexive. He is in her arms, and this is her son, and he is a monkey, and he's a little unkempt now, so she's just grooming him. Just, that's my boy. That's my little boy. I love you so much.
He's gonna nuzzle her.
I love you too.
And she just full on just curls around him. It is, the monkey grip of just literally she is now crouched like a monkey with her son in her arms. Just her head on his. Just, I love you.
Love you too, Mom. Thanks. This has been fun.
Anything for you. It's been the best. And anything for you, right? As I said earlier, shifting forms, same love. You're my boy.
Thanks.
Anytime. And she just gives him another forehead kiss, and she's curled around him.
No.
It is soft, Your Honor. It is
very
soft.
Oat is attempting to break confinement. She's tall enough to reach the doorknob for the bedroom. It's music clanking in the background, that's what that is.
It is baby wishes to join D&D. Or not baby. Baby is growing now. Oat wishes to join the fray.
Oh, she does know how to roll dice. That's for sure.
We'll get her a character in no time. She'll be a boss battle.
Oh gosh. Oh dear. I had one last thing that I wanted to have said in this before we say our goodbyes for the evening.
Go for it.
Well, after they've had their hug and do whatever else it is that they plan on doing at the park, was spend the day, use the play equipment, whatever it is, and Rai returns to his normal form after his wild shape runs out. Roll a perception for me.
All right, Lin, you know your boy. It's not her she's not getting so many 19s in this one. And audience, I use 5 different die. How she keeps rolling 19s on that many die, I don't know. But today is a 22.
Nice. That's more than enough.
Only a 22, alas.
So you guys are heading back towards network, and it takes you a second to really notice it, because you've had a bit of a fun day, kind of tired, and Rai's a little bit tired as well, but he seems to be holding himself a little bit differently now, standing up a little bit straighter, like having had that interaction has literally taken a weight off his shoulders. And Lin can have this look at him, and he's had a growth spurt. He is now standing taller than her at 3'9".
Oh god, she cannot hide just how much. You know that proud mum thing of, my god. She's looked the height he used to be, and then looked up, and there is practically stars in her eyes. Her fur has brightened to its brightest gold, and she is just slightly pom-pommed in just the...
He hasn't really seemed to notice, and he won't do for another day or two. But like, it's almost like he's been put in the taffy puller a little bit, so he hasn't just sort of sized up. He has grown. So and his proportions have shifted to accommodate that.
Oh, she loves this so much. She's gonna wait until he realizes it, just as so he gets that happy moment, but she's gonna be absolutely strutting, just, my son is amazing, look at him. The day he realizes, she will do a Will Smith jazz hands at him, just, behold, my son. Just, when they do get into network is going to notice, and Lin is just going to put like a finger to lips as he's just going on doing his own thing, just shh.
Oh, delightful. Well, with that's all I've got. This has been a delight. My cheeks hurt.
Mine too.
I think they needed this, to be honest.
They needed it.
It's been a while, but it's been fun.
Her heart is so full of love for her boy.
Yay. Oh dear. We'll just ignore the fact of what's going to happen. Chronologically, that happened early.
Honestly, as long as she gets as many good days as possible, she's got something to fall back on. She knows that everything isn't always pain and chaos.
Mm.
This is gonna be one of those days that tells her there is good in the world. There is a reason to keep getting back up.
No.
She's got someone to come home to.
Yeah.
Well,
several.
More than a year ago. Yeah, she's got a house, she's got her son, she's got her cousin, she's got her spook, she's got an entire family. And she wants to keep coming home to see Rai's eye light up.
Well, we're going to keep giving her those opportunities, I think, as far as we can.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, this has been really lovely. Thank you, Vwild.
Thank you for doing this with me. Rai's adorable, honey. That's the baby boy. That's the baby
boy. Yep, that is in fact the baby boy. He's a lot of fun. I love him.
And she's finally seen him in his wolf form, and it be okay.
Yeah.
Therapy.
Yeah. Hashtag therapy is good. Oh dear.
Hashtag therapy is very good. When you need it, go.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh dear, oh dear.
God.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and stop my recording. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.
Bye bye, everyone. Whoop, whoop.